Hi there. This is unusual for me. I don't normally come on Facebook and share a video of me sharing my thoughts with you, but this morning when I was reading in Genesis, there were a couple of verses that just really jumped out at me, and I felt in my spirit that they could be an encouragement to some of you out there. I've been reading about the life of Joseph. And those of you who don't know the story, Joseph is one of 12 sons. His father is Isaac, and he was Isaac's favorite son. And Isaac gave him this beautiful coat. And as a result of the way that Isaac treated Jacob, his brothers were really jealous and mistreated Joseph, really, treated him badly. Eventually, Joseph gets sold into slavery. He ends up in Egypt. His brothers deceive their father and make him think that Joseph has been eaten by a wild animal and that he is dead. While Joseph is in Egypt, it's obvious that the Lord is with him, and he causes things in his life to go well. He starts working for Potiphar, but Potiphar's wife fancies Joseph and tries to tempt him into a relationship with her. And one day when they were on their own, she was trying to convince Joseph to be with her, and Joseph ran away, left his coat in her hands. She then accuses him of wrongdoing to her husband, and her husband throws him into prison. And this is where I want to pick up the story of Joseph. I was reading in chapter 39, and in verse 21 it says, "But the Lord was with Joseph in the prison and showed him his faithful love. And the Lord made Joseph a favorite with the prison warden." And then it goes on to say, "The Lord was with him," that's Joseph, "and caused everything he did to succeed." You know, we have the advantage of knowing how this story ends, but Joseph didn't know what was going to happen to him. And he was in this dark place, this gloomy place. Prisons are horrible places to be, but God was with him, and his unfailing love was with him. And I was thinking, during this year, often we may have found that we've been in dark places, and during lockdown we can feel that we're in a prison. Maybe you feel you're in a prison of discouragement, or a prison of financial difficulty, a prison of where a relationship has gone badly wrong, prison of disappointment. And there are lots of things that can hold us and keep us where we have a sense that we are in prison. And that might be where you are today, but I just want you to know, just like with Joseph, God's unfailing love was with Joseph in that dark place, in that prison, and his unfailing love is with you as well. And you may not feel it. Things weren't going well for Joseph, but there is an indication that he trusted God. Later on, we read that a couple of people in the prison had a dream, and Joseph was able to interpret that dream. He knew to ask God. He said the interpretation of dreams belonged to God. So obviously there is this ongoing relationship between him and his God, and he believes that God is in things and that he can hear from God and receive things from God wherever he's at. And that's true for us. Jesus came to make a way back to God. He came so that we could have connection with God again. And when we have that connection with God, no matter what we're facing, we've got him there, and his unfailing love is with us. And he promises in his word that he never leaves us, he never forsakes us. And whatever you're facing today, whatever that prison is, don't fall into the trap of thinking, oh, if I can just get out of here, then I'll experience more of A, B, and C. But look to God right where you're at. Receive his unfailing love. Even if you don't feel it, you can say to him, Lord, I know you're here because your word says it. and I choose to believe that your unfailing love is with me in this situation that I'm facing, and I can embrace it, and I know that your unfailing love will cause me to succeed in this dark time. You know, it was God who made Joseph succeed. It wasn't Joseph trying harder. All Joseph had to do was look to God, and God made his ways succeed. God gave him what he needed in the moment, and God can do the same for you. You know, maybe you need to readjust the way you look at your situation or what you're thinking at the moment. Turn to God, look to him, and he will enable you to readjust your thinking, to readjust what you have to do, and it's step by step. So often we want quick fixes, but you know, there can be beautiful things that come out of the dark places in our lives. There's another verse in Isaiah that talks about treasure found in the darkness, and there can be treasure in these things that you're experiencing. You may not feel it at the moment, or you may not see it at the moment, but God will reveal that to you in time. So my encouragement to you today is not to despair, not to give up. And wherever you're at, just do the next right thing and look to God. Trust him. You know, Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, "Those who wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. Those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength." And I really sense that God is asking his people in these days to look to him again, to trust him. And he will take our disappointment, he will take our weakness, he will take our frailty, our fatigue. You know, maybe you're feeling exhausted. He will take all of that and exchange it with his strength. And his strength might look differently to what you think it should look like. But receive his strength so that you can walk without fainting. You can run and not grow weary. That is God's heart for you today. Wherever you're at, however dark your situation might seem, his heart is for you to look up, to trust him, and to realize that his unfailing love is with you, and he will cause the steps in your life to succeed for the honor of his name. Be encouraged and be blessed.